Hi, it's Keith. I'm traveling through northern Illinois. Came down the DuPage River, met up with the Des Plaines River. Now I'm switching over to the I and M Canal. I could keep going on down the Des Plaines to where it meets up with the Kankakee and forms the Illinois River, but I'd like to get a little bit of history. So the I and M Canal started in the 1840s, and it was used up until the 1920s when canal barges became so big that they put locks and dams on the Illinois River. But it is hugely important to the state of Illinois. Just its planning moved the border of Illinois north. With the original plan, the city of Chicago would have been in Wisconsin, but they wanted the canal all under one jurisdiction, so they moved the border north. It connected the Mississippi River with the Lakes Michigan, and is one of the reasons that Chicago grew so quickly. And with the Indian Boundary Line Treaty, it was a cause for conflict between the Potawatomi, who lived here, and U.S. citizens coming in. Now, this winter I talked with the rangers at the Gebhard Woods State Park, and they said, when I told them I was going to canoe the I and M Canal, they said, don't do it, Keith, don't do it. And I really got to start listening to people. So let's give it a shot. We've got 12 miles to go from here in Shanahan down to Morris. The I and M Canal closed 100 years ago, and to say it's not been maintained is an understatement. There's the towpath, that's now a trail. Towpath ran alongside so mules could pull the barges or the canal boats. Because the canal is not used for much, it is a wonderful, peaceful, extraordinary place to see wildlife. Most people think that canals were dug as a big ditch, but a lot of them were berms. This was the I and M Canal, is much of a berm that holds back water from rivers, and this is an outlet so that the canal won't overflow. If it overflows, it can wash out that berm, emptying the entire system, and the canal boats stop. You can see the river below is much lower. One of the issues the ranger was worried about is that the washout from this hill up here has silted in the canal, leaving a very little strip of water. But even though the canal doesn't have much of flow, it does have a little, and so I think I can make it through there. And I can tell you, my last trip that I made down this way 7 years ago, this was about half this size. So that silt keeps coming. Something big swimming over there. I'm stuck on a mat of duckweed. The water's flowing underneath, but I ain't going anywhere. So if you can hear the thunderous rush of water, that is the Dresden Lock and Dam. That is the third dam that I have to negotiate on this journey. But since I chose to take the I and M Canal instead of the Illinois River, I don't have to worry about it. Sometimes bobbers get stuck in trees. We'll see if we can get them down. gonna need a tool. Where are you coming from? Oh, another one. Looks like I got them all. You'd think railroads would have put the canals out of business, and they certainly hurt, but canals were so much better at hauling heavier things like grain and coal that they survived 50, 60 years after the railroads came in. Try to get around this goose family without disturbing them too much. Signs of beaver. Low bridge. Everybody down. I need a water bottle. You didn't like that one. Got another one here for you. Come to one of the most unique and coolest features for me. I am going to paddle over a bridge, an aqueduct. You know, see, in order to keep the canal boats going on an even level, because you can't take water uphill, they would build bridges to hold the water. So if you can hear the tumbling water, it is a stream rushing underneath us. And we are in the aqueduct. And here I've reached the lock in the lock tender's house. If you are on a canal boat, you'd approach the lock. You can see the upper side gate is closed. You'd have to get the attention of the lock keeper from the house. They would close the downstream gate, let the lock fill up with water, and they would open this upstream gate. You could pull your boat in. Then I'd slowly open the downstream gate again to lower your boat down to the next level, and you could carry on. It's a little bypass here, I suppose, to keep the canal full. The upstream gates would have been wooden with big long handles on the sides to move them. The lock keeper would live in the house along with their family. They'd open and close the locks for people going up and down on canal boats. They might also have a second business, like I believe there was a tailor in one where you could get measured on your way up the canal or going one way and pick up your clothes when you came back the other way. Here we're entering Lock 8. This direction's heading towards Chicago. The lock is just wide enough for me to turn my canoe around. I'm in Morris, Illinois, heading for Gebhard Woods State Park. Stopped in Morris for an early dinner. Cheers. And I'm hoping that the aqueduct over the Nettle Creek has been completed. They've been working on it for a couple years. We'll see. Well, this is not a good sign. Doesn't look like they've opened up the aqueduct yet. That's okay. We'll do some off-roading, paddle up Nettle Creek, we'll get to the campground. So that's a bummer. I was looking forward to paddling this. So the trail is down this way. I've seen worse trails in the Boundary Waters, plus this one's got directional arrows. So the Nettle Creek Aqueduct was originally built in 1848 for the I and M Canal. It washed out, and they rebuilt one when they made Gebhard Woods, probably in the 30s. They seem to do a lot of that kind of stuff. And it washed out again about 10 years ago. And this is the replacement. And I can't wait till they open it. We are heading for Gebhard Woods State Park, which is right up Nettle Creek. And we're going backwards, upstream. Found a nice landing spot right next to the camping area. Woohoo!